Okay, we'll get started with Kansas State. Coach Weber, if you could just start with a couple of opening thoughts, and then we'll go to questions.
You know, it just shows our resilience, our character of our guys. You know, we've been through a lot this season, and we've been able to keep fighting and battling and making the plays when it matters. And, you know, we had, you know, you could have, you know, they make runs. We got, I don't know, 30 fouls. It seemed like everybody on our team was fouled out. We were playing with 6-4 and under, and they're one of the biggest teams in the country. But we got big rebounds down the stretch, big stops, and obviously Barry's basket was huge. Xavier rose up and played as special. We needed somebody to be special. I said before, a Mike McGurl moment, and Xavier had his moment, and it was huge. Not only the points, but 9 rebounds and battling bigger guys inside, and you know, just, and then you got to give, you know, Dean some credit. You know, without playing basketball for 2 weeks, came in there, got 4 points. You know, busted his butt for us, and you know, we said we had to fight it out, grind it out. And we did, and now we have a chance to go to Final Four, but it will not be easy because Loyola is a very, very good team. And, you know, we got to have fun for about 15 minutes tonight, but then we got to get refocused and ready for a chance of a lifetime.
Let's start here in the third row on the right with questions.
Matt Hall, K-StateOnline. As Coach mentioned, they finished that game with Mike McGurl, Barry Brown, Cartier Jada, Ahmad Wainwright, Cam Stokes on the floor against one of the biggest, most athletic teams in the country. How proud were you of those guys when they finished that game against that group?
Just proud of my guys. They've been proud of them all year. They've been fighting all year, and just to tough it out and get that W is big for us.
Let's go on second row to the left.
Vahe Gregorian, Kansas City Star. Barry, can you just talk about that last basket and also the emotion that made you go jump into the stands the way you did, and what you guys are feeling right now after pulling that out?
We kind of just played on their principles a little bit, and we knew they would space the floor, and I was able to get in there, and we knew they were trying to block the shot just with their length. They've been blocking shots all game, and so once I got past my man, I just wanted to get the ball away from the people that was going to block my shot, and I was able to make the layup.
Going into the stands, it's quite a leap you made over the table. What made you do that?
Coach Weber, I wasn't going to go. He told me, pointed to the stands, told me to go to the stands, and so. Just want to celebrate with the fans that came all this way, just to be with us.
Blair.
Blair Kirchhoff with the Kansas City Star. Could you speak to getting out to the 13-1 lead and what that did for your confidence, yours in particular, the way you were shooting, and the team's confidence?
Jumping on a lead that on anybody builds confidence for the whole team, especially on a great program like Kentucky. You know, just to show them that we can play with those guys, and I feel like it was a great energy boost for the whole game, and I feel like that's what it did.
Let's go back to the second row again.
Also, for both you guys, what does it say? You're 4 guys fouled out, I guess, and Dean can't play. 3 fouled out, Dean can't play. I mean, you're basically down to 5 guys. Could you just describe the intensity it takes to pull through there? What kind of stuff did you have to reach back for?
Barry, why don't you start?
I mean, we like Coach said, Dean. I mean, he went in there and fought his butt off just for us for those 8 minutes, and we needed him. He had 4 points, which was great. But we ultimately knew he wasn't going to play 30, 20, and 15, 20 minutes. So, but just to have him in there, it was big time. But we had some guys step up, X stepped up, and we were able to make the plays down the stretch and win the game.
Xavier.
Just coach put us in a position to win ball games. You know, he did a great job of that all year, especially in practice, making it tougher for moments like this to make it easier for out there on the court for us. And coach does a great job of that in helping us.
Okay, let's go next question down on the third row.
Tim Fitzgerald, GoPowerCat.com. Barry and X, both of you. Did you guys coming into this game feel disrespected? Nobody was picking you and just kind of looking past you guys.
You know, we've been picked 8th in the Big 12, you know, finished 4th, and we saw the new seedings come out 16th in the Sweet 16 here. So, you know, we felt disrespected all year, really, and we're just coming out here and just proving people wrong, and we're going to do that game by game.
Let's come back to the right here. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's the same. I got the same.
Sure?
None more. Yeah.
All right, third row.
Nathan and Sarah, K-State Collegian. Bruce, you...
It's for them first. Oh. I'm sorry.
Raise your hand if you have a question. Let's go toward the back.
Tucker Toole, Maroon Tiger Media Group. Xavier, I saw you were pretty emotional when you got that fifth foul. Can you tell us what was going through your head when that happened?
Of course, me not feeling like it was a foul, but just not being on the court with those guys. But I knew they were going to finish off the game, and that's what they did, and it was just a big win for us. And I'm an emotional type of player, so I like to get hyped for anything.
Second row on the right.
Barry, you guys have not been a good three-point shooting team. Where did that come from tonight? Was it just necessity? You had to hit those?
It just came from us staying confident, staying poised. I mean, we may not have made shots in the past few games, but I mean, we know we can make shots with any team, and so I think this game we just moved the ball a little bit more, got some better looks instead of just heaving it up from three. And so I think our shots were able to fall just because they were good, open, uncontested looks.
Third row on the right here.
X, also about the threes. You had been struggling a little bit coming into this game and shooting the three. You go 5 of 8 tonight. You hit one in the second half where you left your pose up in the air for a second after you made it. How good did your stroke feel tonight out there?
I felt pretty good all night long, And warm-ups had a pretty good warm-up, of course, and also yesterday, get a good shoot around, got the feel for the rims, and I feel like I had a pretty good game.
Fourth row on the left.
Isaiah Smalls, Maroon Tiger Media Group. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander had been playing very well up until this point. What did you guys do defensively to stop him tonight?
Barry.
We kind of just corralled him a little bit, kind of played our principles, trying to watch him a lot, just to know what he did. And in the first half, I mean, he was killing us, just drawing fouls and getting to the line. 11 for 12 from the free throw line. And so I don't know what he had at halftime. I think it was 14 or something like that, 13 or something. For him to finish with 15 just shows that we got it together. Well, I can't say we stopped fouling, but we stopped fouling him. And we was able to keep him off the line.
Raise your hand so we can get a microphone to you. Nobody has another question? Going once? Going twice? Okay, folks. Thank you very much.
Great job, guys. Unbelievable.
Any questions for Coach Weber before he goes? Okay, second row on the left.
Bruce, can you just speak to the intensity at the end of the game and that the resourcefulness in trying to find a way to win that way? And as a follow-up, when you get a chance, did you get to talk to Ernie Barrett in the locker room?
Actually, Ernie came in. He did a hype video for us, in only Ernie style, and it was great. And when he came in, he hugged everybody. And when he hugs you, you might be hurt after he hugs you. And it doesn't matter if whatever he is, 80, whatever he is. That dude has some strength, but it was great for him. I don't know if he had tears, but it sure looked like it. And he obviously he didn't get to play against Kentucky years ago, and he called me after we beat UMBC, and he said, "Coach, you got to get revenge for me," and we had a chance to do that, so it was great for that. But we have great kids. I've said since the beginning we have a great group. They're tough. We can yell at them. We can get after them. Barry's the leader. When you have a leader that you can get after and he doesn't back down, it helps with everybody, and they respond. And they probably a little bit disrespectful. They came out, but I think more than anything they just wanted to win, and they knew that opportunity and rose up. We always talk about winning games with stops. Down the stretch, and we got some. We didn't get many rebounds, but we got some key rebounds down the stretch.
Let's go third row right here.
Nathan and Sarah, K-State Collegian. Coach, did you have a hard and fast time limit for Dean, or was it just kind of a halftime decision not to put him back in?
Yeah, we talked about 2-minute little windows. We were hoping to keep it at 6 or 7 at halftime, but obviously we had a lot of foul trouble. Dean said he had some soreness at the foot, and our team doctor and trainer just said, if you can go without him, and want him on Saturday, you might want to see if we can rest him. And our other guys rose up and made a lot of plays. So it was, but again, I got to give Dean credit. He told you guys he was going to play. He told us he was going to play, and he gave it his all. And that's he got 4 points, without playing basketball in the last 2 weeks. I mean, that's not an easy thing to do. So a lot of guys showed a lot of character and a lot of courage today.
Blair on the second row.
One of those kind of hustle plays was Jada getting on the floor to get to get the rebound and call a timeout. Could you speak to that moment?
Yeah, I mean, I told the guys, and I don't know what our play hard was. One, I said we had to get a lot of steals. We had 13 the other night, and it was a K-State record. And I said that's got to be there. We got to take charges. We took a charge. We had to get on the floor and get the loose balls. Because we weren't going to we couldn't out-jump them. We did early. I thought we were pretty good on the boards early, and then as it went on, their length, their athleticism, our foul trouble, it just kind of took a toll on us, and they just kind of owned the paint. But I used a couple different quotes. One was Vince Lombardi about playing to exhaustion and laying on the floor, victorious. And I hope they took that to heart. But the other one was about doing all the little things added up. That's how you become, you get a victory, not by one thing or this thing, but all the little things that add up. And you always hear Coach Snyder talk about that, the discipline and the little things that make a difference. And I think that kind of play is a difference maker for us because that allowed Barry to get the go-ahead basket.
2 more questions right here on the right, third row.
Yeah, Coach, you chose not to foul up 3 late.
Yeah.
I have to imagine it's because you're playing 5 guards against that group.
First we said, Barry, we missed the opportunity against TCU. Barry said, we're going to foul, Coach. And then we all talked about it as a staff, and we just said, hey, we're all guards, man up, make them make a tough shot. We didn't want to give them a chance to get a rebound and have, because I don't know how many offensive rebounds did they get on free throws. It seemed like every one that they missed a bunch, but they got a lot of offensive rebounds on those free throws. So we gave it a shot. I think they were running a squeeze and then trying to run Gabriel around. They kind of used Knox as a decoy. Our guy switch, and then Alexander, I think, was the one who shot it. All he had was a tough shot at the end. I thought that was going in. I could have died if that would have happened, but we got the bounce and we made the shot at the end and made the plays that make a difference.
Last question here in the middle on the third row.
Coach, Tim Fitzgerald, Go Powercat, can you speak to the courage it took your team to overcome what they faced tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's just they're a resilient group, and again, the leadership, Barry, and we just kept saying, grind, keep fighting. Don't leave anything out on the court. And one, we believe we could win, going into it, and when we had talked about winning that first 5-minute media timeout, I didn't know we were going to go up, whatever it was, 13-1 or whatever the score was. But we said we wanted to be pests like UMBC was to Virginia, and they were to us, and I think we were. I'm not sure they were ready for it. We got after them, and we got a nice lead, and then obviously the second half, the run where we got those steals, where we didn't finish one fast break against UMBC other than Xavier's dunk. We made unbelievable plays and passes off those steals, and Cam to Barry, and I think somebody to Mike McGurl, maybe it was, and a lot of big plays that made a difference. And those, we really wanted to clog the lane and get a lot of deflections. I'll be interested to see if I challenged them to get 40, but we'll see if we were close to that, because those things are the difference makers.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
And before Kentucky comes in, tip time for Saturday.